Hi everyone, it's Dnoorian here, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys some pointers on what to look for when it comes to buying used ice machines. Now, me particularly, I don't recommend any person buying any used ice machines. The repair costs on them are very expensive, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you decide to buy an ice machine, a used one, here are some things to look for. I've got one ice machine here right now, over here, that I just got. So I'm going to use this in my example. So, one thing to look for is the door. The door for the ice machine, the lid. Make sure it's in great condition, that all the legs are in place. In this example, these two sides are broken, and some guy tried to do a patch job and did a horrible job. Yeah, this right here alone to fix is around $300 plus labor. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Always look at the lid. This side is good, as you can see, great shape, but the other side is horrible. So yeah, the lid has to get repaired. That's like $300 right there. The next thing to look for is the evaporator right here. This is a key component of the ice machine, so you always want to take a good look at this. So first thing to do is put your hand on it. What you want to see is try and see if there's any cracks, scratches, or dents inside the evaporator. Any kind of dent or scratches will cause the ice machine not to work properly. Another thing is make sure that there are no loose pieces at all in the evaporator. So that's another thing to look for. Another thing to look for is just the overall cleanliness. As you can see, there's a bunch of mold on this ice machine. It looks like it hasn't been used for a long time. Yes, it is quite dirty. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Another thing you want to keep in mind is for any loose pieces, missing pieces, anything like that sort. In this case, this evaporator, I don't know if you guys know, or if you guys noticed, but it is actually missing a whole curtain. It's an ice bin curtain. As you can see, there's a curtain, should be hooked up in these two slots right here. One side goes in there and the other side goes in here. It's actually missing on this whole evaporator. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. Always make sure that all the pieces are in the ice machine, that are hooked up. So that's three things to look for. And the last thing to look for is to see if it is a water-cooled system or an air-cooled system. In this case, this is an air-cooled system. Now, in most places, it is actually against the law to have a wastewater system. In this case, this is a wastewater system. It is water-cooled, and therefore the landlord is going to pay lots of water, or the end user of the ice machine. So just keep that in mind, that you will be paying lots for water. It is very, very expensive nowadays for water, and most people tend to go with air-cooled units. So that is all. So that's 4 things to keep in mind when it comes to buying used ice machine. 1 is the lid. Make sure all the pieces of the lid are intact. Usually these doors tend to have broken pieces, like the legs on these. Second thing is the evaporator. Make sure that there are no chips, dents, loose pieces on or in the evaporator. Third thing is any missing pieces. In this case, we have a missing cover for the evaporator. And the fourth thing is that make sure you know what you're getting yourself into if you are buying a water-cooled ice machine or an air-cooled ice machine.